I first started coaching teachers and presenters as part of my work to make PTV, Poetry Television, in 1990. I had gotten a $5,000 grant to do it. I dragged my camera equipment to different poets' houses and recorded them reading a few poems. Then I put that audio to images. Problem was that lots of the poets were reading their poetry as if they were bored by it. That's when I developed my first coaching signal. Hip hip hooray! Can you pretend to be interested in it this time? We'll get to that in a minute when we talk about delivery skills and inflection. Here's our outline for our short time together. We'll look at adult learning styles and how to vary your approach to the topic. We'll look at delivery skills, and we'll look at preparation. First, it is instructive if we consider how adults learn. It makes sense that different people learn in different ways. And an individual is not just one type of learner. The strategy is to vary your approach to account for the different ways that adults perceive, interpret, and remember your information. In this way, you maximize retention. So how do adults learn? Different adults learn in different ways. Attempt to make each of your main points in as many ways as possible. Vary your approach. Here's a list of adult learning styles and how to address them. Sequential learners, be organized. Practical learners, tell the importance, the relevance, the significance of the information. Suggest what the audience will do with the information. Intuitive learners, ask questions, take surveys, do exercises. Story-based learners, tell stories, give example, use analogies. Sensory-based learners, use graphics, props, sound files that are all related to the topic. Emotion-based learners, challenge the audience to put themselves in the mental environment of your topic. As far as delivery skills, to engage a large audience or small group, you have to emphasize your inflection and boost your energy. Here's a list of effective delivery skills. Do you have an arresting opening? Tell the audience the purpose and agenda of the talk. Make eye contact. Use hand gestures. Use appropriate body position and movement. Inflect your voice. Pause for emphasis, both between and within sentences. Speak in manageable sentences. Repeat important points. Use questions to engage the audience and introduce topics. Use concrete and specific examples. Give at least one example for each main point. Convey enthusiasm. Interact with the audience. Have a strong organization. Tell the significance of points. Summarize the talk. Tell the audience what they should do with the information. The first point to make about preparation is that if indeed you do prepare, as in standing up and actually rehearsing, then you will be much better prepared to give an effective and engaging presentation than if you had just, for instance, made your slides and thought about what you would say. Now, if you fully want to prepare, if you really want to test yourself, then see if you can give the talk without your slides. See if you can give it as a chalk talk. That's the true test. I'm not saying to memorize it. Use notes and see if you can give it based just on them. Preparation is the answer to the problem of nervousness, of anxiety. The trick to prevent nervousness is not to take a beta blocker, as physicians and musicians, interestingly, are famous for doing. The trick is to give the talk a number of times in advance, particularly for live audiences. Although the video camera or the smartphone or the audio recorder or even the PowerPoint will do. Give the talk, review the video, and try again. I say, videotaping yourself is worth it for the shock value alone. But the real value of videotaping yourself is in the second time that you do it, after you have consciously exaggerated your delivery skills. It feels ridiculous to talk that way, But upon review of the video, you will see that how you feel is different than how you are perceived. I work with speakers at national and international meetings, 30 minutes each, to practice their talks. Oftentimes the speaker, in about minute 25, will say, "I feel ridiculous doing it the way you say I should do it." And I reply, "I don't care how you feel, like you a lot, but I care about how you're being perceived." The true value of watching the video is to reinforce that even though it felt silly overdoing it, it still came across as effective and engaging. You can maintain your scientific credibility and integrity and still give the talk in a way that is engaging to listeners. In summary, to be an effective presenter, you have to vary your approach to the information because different people learn differently. You have to boost your inflection and in fact exaggerate the delivery skills you use when communicating one-to-one. And finally, to be able to maximize these skills, you need to rehearse, both in front of the recorder and in front of live audiences.